What is up, Transformers family? Happy Monday night. Hope you are doing well. Hope you've had a great day. Hope it hasn't been too bad for you. It is Monday night, so we have started off the week off strong. Hopefully you're doing good. Right now, you don't see me. You see my Omega Supreme. And you also see my Shockwave. My limp Shockwave. So tonight we're going to start the process of just taking him apart, and well, we got to fix the connection here because the connection's broken here on the rifle part. So we're going to work on that and take that apart some today and just kind of go from there. Won't be on for long today because it is late. It's been a long day, but figured I'd come on for a little bit and say hi, see how you're doing. Hopefully you're having a good day as we are close to celebrating 2026. So first things first, I do want to show you put Shockwave down here for a second, and let me fix my camera a little bit more. I want to show you that it's gonna be a little loud, but I got my Omega Supreme up and running. His on and off switch is a little bit wonky, but let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I mean. His on and off switch has been a little wonky. Hold on. I got him to work, but it's just his on off switch. Dang. Well, and here I thought I was going to get him to work, because I was able to basically create my own type of stable connection for him. So come on, Omega, work for me here. Nah, well, I guess not. I'm gonna have to take them apart some more, but I did make a connection. I made a temporary connection using a battery terminal connector from an old toy that I had that no longer works. So what I did, here, I'll take the batteries out so you can see. So this side is all right. It definitely could be better, but this is the side that I created the terminal. So you can see I added my own battery terminal there. It's different from the other ones, and it's working. It works. It's just now the connection point at the on-off switch that does not want to work. But I was excited that I did get him to work earlier, and now he does not want to work, which is fine by me. Oh, this is so frustrating. Oh, you hear that? Oh. Yeah, see. Oh, there we go. So, that wonky on-off switch. But he is operating and he is working. I just got to work on that on-off switch on him. But, so, excited. I'm excited that I got him to work, so that is exciting. So, all right, what we came here for is let's take apart Shockwave. So let's start getting some drill bits here. And that's another reason why I'm recording this whole session, so that way when I go to put them back together, if I don't remember where something goes, I have this video here to help me remember where everything goes. So let's just start. It's so hard to tell where to start at, but we're going to start somewhere to start taking him apart. So let's see. Can I reach all the way in here? Oh, I can't reach all the way in here. So let's start with these screws here on the side. I'm hoping that this just takes his whole back part off. it kind of separates it. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. But there's no telling how these screws are and how wonky they are. Like, ugh. This screw looks extremely stripped off. So it makes me think that somebody else has tried to take him apart before, which would make sense. Because he definitely looks like he's been taken apart before. But let's see. This other screw here is not wanting to come off. I'm trying. I'm assuming. Let me see. I feel like I have the screw off. But let's see. Yep, I sure do. Sent that sucker flying. Let me guess so I don't lose it. Ooh. Alright, so we got 2 screws down. Plenty more to go. So this does separate the backpack a little bit. So, okay. So you can see that it does loosen it up. But for now, let's just, can I put this back in there? So they go a particular way. There's a little, see how it's got that little notch right there? I know it's going to be hard to see, but there's a notch there on the inside that it lines up to. If I can try to get that back in there just momentarily, that would be great. To kind of hold it in place. There we go. There's that one. And then let's do this one. Let's move the cables out the way. Let's do it this way and then twist it on. Because that's what I did with the other one. Alright, so we got both of those back on. So let's see what we can do here with the legs. There's a bunch of screws, so let's go ahead and unscrew the legs here. And let's see what we get here. I'm hoping this will let me just at least tighten his foot some, because it is very loose. So hopefully this will give us an idea of the inner workings of Shockwave's leg. So that's it. There's the leg. It completely comes off because it's just held by a little bracket here, but I was hoping to get in here a little bit more and see a little bit more of the foot. Let me see. I don't want to cause, here, hold on, let's dump the, did all 4 screws come out? No, this one did not come out. Okay, there we go. So there we have the leg. So it looks like it's just over time it's gotten loose. So with that, because it's gotten loose over time, I wonder if maybe, because it is very loose, and even if I put in the other foot, the other part of the foot, maybe I just need to tighten the leg. Is it really that simple? I mean, if it's really that simple, that would be amazing if it was that simple. So let's give it a go. If it's really just comes down to tightening the bolts, that would be awesome. So let's go ahead and put the leg back on. Gotta make sure it lines up right. Get that. Gotta get those notches in place. There we go. There's that one. And then there it is. And then he came off. Okay. So, all right, got the leg back on. So let's tighten up the bolts. Okay, everything's still working as it should. Now I just need to tighten the bolts. There's one. That one's not doing anything, so I think that's my problem right there. So let's take a look at it again. So we found the culprit. It's one screw. So let's go ahead and take them back apart. Okay. So we're gonna try some super glue here, because it broke off. You see right there? It broke off. So we are going to unscrew it. There we go. And then, so this tiny little piece of the leg broke off. So we're going to try some super glue and see if that can hopefully, maybe, hold it together. So let's put some super glue on. And then I don't know which way is the correct way, because it's very hard to see which way is the correct way. I think this might be it. Okay, I think we found it. So let's put a little bit here on the outside. And a little bit here on the outside. So that is why his foot was loose. So we got that figured out, hoping the super glue will do its magic. So that piece right there was broken in half. So that piece right there was broken in half in his leg. I know it's hard to tell here because of the lighting, but that's why his foot was loose. That's why. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3. Where's my 4th screw? No. Aha. See? Can't be losing the screws. Oh, there goes one from the side here. Okay. So let's see this one here. So this one seems pretty good, but let's tighten up the screws, because I feel like tightening up the screws is what helps it. And I think that's just the simple fix that it is. It's just the screws. So let's just make sure they're nice and tight. So that makes a little bit of a difference with tightening them up. This one was already pretty good, but this one, it stays in place, which I like. So this one is good. So let's start taking some of these back plates off. And I know I was asked about the hose on my Shockwave, and my hose looks really good on my Shockwave. So let's go ahead and take some screws off here in the back of Shockwave. And I like to try to keep all the screws together if I possibly can in their spots. It just makes it a lot easier for me to put things back where they belong. I feel like that's a super long screw there. So just taking off the screws here off of his back. I don't know if that's all of them or not. Let's see if there's any in the battery compartment. There does not seem to be any in the battery compartment, so let's see if he comes apart. Because I would like for him to, yeah, see, somebody definitely did mess with him because his head just came right off. So hold on, the spring came flying off. I need the spring. So let's put his spring back on. So let's put that there. And then let's put that there. Put those go together. And then, that's about as far off as that comes. But let's see. I feel like the screws aren't coming out like they're supposed to. Like I want them to. Because I can just feel them spinning and spinning and spinning. Like I feel like these came apart. I don't feel it. And I know that one came apart too. So I know they're coming apart. It's just, why isn't he separating? That's the question. Let's see. Is he like glued shut? Oh, no, there we go. There we go. So, there we have it. Ooh. Losing arms and pieces and everything. So, we have a lot of broken pieces here. A lot of broken pieces. So, here's his front. He's looking pretty good. So, there we have him. All exposed and everything. And then here we have just the epic destruction of what is his inner workings. Like, let's take his other arm off. You can see a lot of stuff is broken. So I don't know if stuff was supposed to come off and whoever had this before me just kind of broke it off, because that's kind of what it looks like, is that they broke it off. Because that's supposed to go on there like that. Happy Monday, Kenneth. How you doing, buddy? Just taking apart my G1 Shockwave and trying to figure out what's going on with it, because he is broke. So let's see. Is the screw still on there? Okay, yeah. So looks like tonight's episode is all about super gluing. So we're gonna do that. Where's my... That's why nothing was coming apart so good, because it needs to be super glued, which makes sense, because somebody did not take the proper time to figure out what's good. Keep chilling. All right, so there we have that. All right, so we've got this all separated. So let's figure out which side goes where to super glue this bad boy back on. Okay, so that goes on that side. All right, let's go back to super gluing. This is just me of my own doing. It's definitely not recommended, but I want to make it work. I got Omega Supreme kind of working, so I want my Shockwave to be kind of working too. So gotta hold it in place. Gotta hold it right. There we go. And then let's just add a little bit here on the outside to give it a proper seal. And I'm gonna let it cure overnight. I'm not gonna let it do it. I'm not gonna do anything else to them. I'm just gonna let it cure. And then that will wrap it up for tonight. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you're off till next year, Kenneth. That's great. Well deserved, buddy. I know you work hard. All right, so put some glue here on this side. And let's glue him together here, his other. There we go. Got the other part on there, but I also have super glue on my fingers. Oh, come on. Cooperate with me. Just stay on, please. Make sure I have it on. Nice and flush. There we go. And then let's put some on the outside. Okay. All right, so now we're just gonna let that dry. I'm using crazy glue, so I have no idea what the cure time is on this thing. Let's see. Just got the disclaimer, but I'm not gonna do anything until tomorrow. So last thing I want to do is take off his arm blaster here, because it looks like they tried to super glue this one too. I don't know what they did here, who the previous owner was, or what they tried to do with it. But man, this poor Shockwave went through it. I tell you what. And it makes it look like he's supposed to come apart with that screw there. But I don't know how, because this end cap does not come off. And I don't want to break him off. I thought maybe it would twist off in some way. But it is not coming off. So let's just put that screw back in place there. So let's go ahead and just put this back on. Leave it as is. Let's open up his arm here, because the cabling is broken on here. Let's see what we can do here. Like, I'm taking all his inner workings apart. I'm not going to do all of it tonight. I'm just going to do some of it. Yes, the Craggle Soph. And whoever had this before me, like, super glued the crap out of him. Because he is super glued shut right here. There we go. They super glued him, like, really good. Ugh. Like, I don't want to break him. I really don't. But, like, they super glued. Oh my god. There we go. Alright. Definitely gonna have to clean some of this super glue off. But I'm gonna have to fix that wiring right there. Fix the wiring, splice it, and then figure out how to get... this is a G1 Shockwave. Ignore my crazy glue. The previous owner of this really beat the crap out of it. That's for sure. So right now I'm just trying to make whatever repairs I can to him. Because whoever had him before me really did a number on him. At least this arm is not too bad. Let me see, can I tighten it? They did quite the number on him. I think I paid like $80 for him, but now seeing this, I definitely should have paid way less, because they said that he worked, that he functions, but from what I'm seeing, he has not functioned. I tried putting batteries on him yesterday, and he did not work. I mean, his head was completely off. There's his head. At least the head is in good, decent shape. But he's tightened his head up a little bit there. But he definitely needs some TLC. Yeah, this is a true G1. This is not a reissue. Which leg is it on? Is it on my super glue leg? No, it's not on my super glue leg. It's on this leg right over here. I know it's going to be hard to see because of my lighting, but it has the insignia here for 1983 from Toy Company, who was the one who originally released it. So, but this is definitely the original G1. So you can see right there, Toy Company 1983. Yep, looks like Sid the Kid definitely got a hold of it. But these clips right here, 1 and 2, I know it's hard to tell because my lighting is horrible, but here we go. So this one and this one, these two were snapped in half. So I super glued them, so I'm hoping it will hold until tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll give him a go and put him back together is the plan. So, and also to try to work on to get his battery working. So G1s aren't all that terrible, to be honest. I have a bunch of G1s. I have G1 Megatron, and I'll do another live later on to kind of showcase that one. But the G1s are not terrible, especially if you get them in good, decent shape. They're great to have, but they are not terrible. I just fixed this Omega Supreme because the battery terminal was corroded on this one, so I just fixed him up. And the on switch, I still got to work on him. It's still finicky. But you see what I mean? I just got to work on the on switch. But it still works. He still has his lights. He does what he's supposed to do. So I got him up and running. It's more the ones that are battery operated that have the major issue. The ones that are not battery operated, they don't have that much of an issue. It's just the ones that are truly battery operated that have the most issue. Like on the G1 Omega Supreme, like the one I have here, the biggest issue is the battery terminals being corroded out on the inside. That's the number one problem with that G1 Omega Supreme. With Shockwave, it's the legs, the inner workings for the laser, as you can see. But like you guys are saying, you got to definitely take good care of them. And this person, unfortunately, did not take good care of Shockwave. As you see, he's just in pieces here on my desk that I have to try to get him back up and running some way, somehow. But so, I mean, this is his inner workings right here, which is really cool to see. And to have him all opened up and just seeing how he works on the inside, what makes Shockwave tick. But this is his inner working. So I'm definitely gonna, once I get him everything super glued back together that needs to be back together and it's somewhat working form, I'm gonna go ahead and put him back together and just kind of see what we can get to hopefully, because I mean, look at all the resistors, and he's got a lot of workings in here, more than I expected him to have for being just a G1. But I need to, let me see if I can pull out that black cord, because let's see, I have a pair of like tweezers type thing here, so let's go ahead and see if I can pull out. Hope it's not super glued. Oh yes, it sure is super glued. Fantastic. Oh yes, this owner definitely did a number on poor old Shockwave. Let me see if I can yank it down. I really don't want to, because I know that's gonna mess with it. Man, did they do a number. They super glued the cable. Why would they do that? Why? Why would you do such a thing to poor Shockwave? What did Shockwave ever do to you? Like, they legitly super glued the black cable in here. It is legitly super glued. So I have quite a bit of G1s, so I'm giving this one more tug. One more tug. Come on. Ah, there we go. Look at that. It just took the housing off and just left his wire exposed. Look at that. So now I just need to, I'm just going to go ahead and feed it on through. Let me just twist this so it's nice and tight. So let's do that. All right. There we go. Yay, we made it. Now I just got to splice it onto that one. That'll be for a later time. All right. So all right, so you guys want to see some of the collection. So let's go ahead and show you guys some of the collection. What's up, Zedarian? I took away this G1 Shockwave that I had, completely fallen apart. So I had to get him all stitched up because he is completely broken. Batteries don't work on him. Whoever tried to super glue this broke the black connector there that you can see. His chest plate over here. The screw ports were all broken, so I had to super glue those bad boys back on. So working on that. So that's the start of the first project. So all right, let's do it. You want a collection tour? You got it. So let's do a collection tour. All right, Transformers family on Instagram, thank you so much. I'm cutting it short now because I got to just do this other thing right over here, and then we'll continue this tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, family.